last week on Mainline. We got the foam glued down for the yard, as well as started gluing the curve down on the west end and getting the track work set up switch-wise. Also, I forgot to do a lot of recording in between, so let's check out what I got accomplished. Laying down the yard went fairly good. Uh, Drew out all my lines and everything. They, they were more like suggestions. once I got the switches down, I just kind of made sure they looked straight to the tracks themselves. Made sure everything lined up. Made sure the switches themselves were straight. If you look down the lead on either end, they are actually, I think, fairly straight. So, in my opinion, anyways. I'm excited to get everything cleaned up and powered up, but I am currently working on the other end here. I'm gonna eventually get my road bed down, but I do need to clean up a couple of these switches because they are a little bit corroded, I think, from just sitting for so long. Overall, I'm really happy with this. I think it's gonna flow the way I want it to. Trains in and out. I think switching is going to be relatively easy. I'll probably keep it just to this end of the layout because the switches are laid out in a way that tracks are more easily accessible, but I won't limit it 100% to this end, obviously. So I was going to do my little cab track straight, and I didn't really like it. I freehanded a lot of this yard. As I previously mentioned, the lines I drew were more like suggestions. So I gave it a little bit of a curve. I let it just kind of do its thing, and I'm happy with it. I like it. It just has a little bow out and flows really nice with the switches. I start putting this track more permanent on the very let's call it the east end here of the yard. I do need to clean up some of my joints, specifically where I kind of cheated here with this large radius curve Pico. I actually used chunks of 24-inch snap track. So rather than, I don't know if you can tell, they are curved a little bit. So rather than fighting with chunk of flex track, I just cut up two little, I don't know, maybe 1.5 2-inch long chunks of 24-inch radius. I had to go pick up a couple of these little Dremel wire wheels. Of course, it won't focus. And I'll clean up the old paint. Also, a couple of these switches, just because I've reused them so many times, they've been in and out of the house, the basement, a trailer, different levels of moisture, I would imagine, is causing them to corrode a little bit. There's a little bit of corrosion, specifically on this one switch here. It's hard to see, but it is kind of green in some spots. I don't think it's causing me any issues currently, as most of the switches are very clean. But any little bits I see, I would like to clean it up, especially before everything gets painted. A few moments later. Everything's glued down, as you just seen. Got my nice little curve going on there. Free-handed, not perfect. It works though. I ran some rolling stock around it, and then one of my coaches along with it to make sure nothing hit as they came around the curves together. I measured the tightest point is about 2 inches on center, so less than ideal, but still within reason. Gonna start drilling some holes, get some power going on here, and later I'll be getting the track feeders situated and ready to be soldered on. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I am going to be up to for the next little bit. I'll show you, I did adjust my curve down here a smidge. I wasn't very happy with it. So before I let you go, let's go check out that curve. So when I had put this down originally, lighting's not the best down here. Sorry for the shadow. I had it pulled away from the main line a little bit further than I had wanted it to be. So all I did, kind of in behind the editing and everything, I just ripped it up and just pushed it back. It is about 2 to 2 1/4 on center, track center. So that's a little bit more reasonable with everything else on the layout. So I'm happy with it. Kind of wish I had left it a little bit longer, but whatever. It's okay. Not all the switching is going to happen on this end anyways. So as you can see, it does flow very nice. I cheated a little bit, used some 24-inch snap track. Yeah, I know. But it just helps me get the curve in where I wanted it, how I wanted it. I smoothed it out with a piece of flex in here. I'll drop a couple feeders in, and yeah, along with the rest of the yard. We're going to find out next time how it cleaned up. I'll solder up some of the rail joiners if they need to be. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'll test everything out, obviously, and get it all cleaned up, and we're going to go from there. So until next time, take her easy.